Okay, folks, in this video, I'm going to give a quick review of the last 10Q report of Lululemon. 10Q stands for quarterly report, and we're going to jump right now into the financial statement. I want to start a channel that is all about analyzing stocks on a fundamental basis. No trading, no flashy stuff. I want to show how I study business. Ice cold manner. Let's get into it. So, first, let's take a look at Lululemon last quarterly earnings. These are the figures of November 2nd. While quick tips, you guys need to check the profit margin. We have $289 million profits for a $256 billion revenues. That's an 11.3% margin. Considering the sportwear industry is suffering, you guys know Nike is crashing, right? We must admit that Lululemon is not doing so bad. They were able to maintain a very healthy margin, although it's declining compared last year. But okay, another thing is that investors overlook the mysterious line we have here, other income stuff. Not so clear. Well, actually here's where you would see the financial expense and financial income, if any. But in our case, Lululemon net is around $5.8 million. Not much if we put that in perspective with $435 million they have in income from operations. It shows that the company has a very low debt figure on the balance sheet. Otherwise, we would have a bigger amount here than the $5.8 million. We can check that immediately in the balance sheet. Same report. Let's go up one page. You see, debt number are classified as liabilities. Right, you owe money to someone. But I can't see any item called banking debt, financial debt, or something, which indicates Lululemon has actually no debt. I'm not saying they don't have any form of liabilities. I'm just saying, hey, don't have debts like bonds or borrowings to reimburse at some point. No, nothing of that sort. And Lululemon's balance sheet is pretty healthy indeed. How I know that? Well, take a look at the total current liabilities, the money due in a year. It's around $1.8 billion, but the lucky thing is that Lululemon has approximately $4 billion of current assets, which includes a good $1 billion of real cash, And they have some inventories that will be sold anytime soon. This is far enough to pay the bills of $1.8 billion. When I see that, I'm like, okay, Lululemon's balance sheet is very clean. No borrowings, heavy amount of cash. A balance sheet size of $8 billion roughly, and more than half of it are equity. This is very healthy. For any value investor, this is company to keep an eye on. Especially the equity section is composed of retained earning mostly, meaning the company generates real profits. It would not be the same story if the $4.5 billion here were to be paid in capital. The kind of stuff when the company issue a lot of shares to bring money in the company. Not here. I repeat, Lululemon is cash-generating machine. Just one red flag that may justify the stock going down. The inventories are stacking. It means Lululemon made some expenses to build this inventory, but they were not able to sell in time. This extra $500 million we have should have been sold and converted into revenue. That's not the case here. So yeah, little red flag. But somehow, it's not a dangerous signal for the company as the entire industry is in pain. Not just Lululemon, but if I had to make a choice, clearly I would go for Lululemon. It's the most sound of them all. On a Flyke may have a better brand recognition, but to be honest, their financials are not as good. Okay, real quick. If I open Nike 10Q report as of November 30th, you see here they have a $7 billion debt. And the shareholder equity is just $14 billion, or 37% of the total balance sheet. Not bad, of course, but again, Lululemon's metrics are better. We said it was more than half, right? Again, one thing that differentiates the two companies. Nike is offering its products both in retailer store, such as JD and Nike stores they own, as opposed to Lululemon, who only sells its products in its own shop. That's a huge difference. It creates some scarcity of the products, and they have better control of the pricing and brand marketing. So now that I jump into the stock price, I feel like the stock price has been badly hurt, and it's quite unfair regarding the very high quality of the balance sheet and income statement. In fact, once again, the entire industry is having issue, and it seems to me that Lululemon could be undervalued. Warning here, this video is just a quick review of the company. It's not a financial advice. I just want to share with you my method on how to invest. And well, since its all-time high, the stock is losing 58%. To me, the market is probably overreacting as it does very often. If you guys like this format of video, please give me a like and subscribe. I believe I can share a lot to you. My purpose here is to make easy videos like this one to explain how to read and analyze financial statement. I wish you all a great year. Health, prosperity, a lot of projects, and see you soon. Bye guys.